Hello, everyone. This is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 things you need to know about Navient changing their loan servicing options. All right. And essentially what company that's going to be. Let's go straight into it. So for those who don't know, the U.S. Department of Education sometimes changes their servicers. OK, and when they change their servicers, for those who you don't know, like back in the day, it was like direct loans and, Sally Mae used to kind of do a lot of the servicing on their own. And what they do is they essentially allow these servicers. These are people essentially just, instead of like a collection company in a sense, they're just a company that essentially helps you and works with you to go over with you your loan options, your repayment options and things of that sort. Essentially just customer service. And they collect the money and they send it to the government. That's all it is. OK. However, there's things kind of going on in the back end when they have what they call a contract. And with that contract, they essentially are to do business with them into a certain period of time. So in this case, this is where Navient would normally come in and then say, hey, this is what we're going to be doing. OK, now Navient in some form or fashion is still going to be involved. They're just not going to be doing the direct servicing. And so essentially the loans that they do have is they won't get any new loans from the U.S. Department of Education. OK, so the only ones they have currently are the ones that's going to be there. However, it's good that the reason why I'm doing this video, because there's a lot of scams out there, but you need to know that this is legit, but only if it is this company. All right. So let's talk about the 5 things first. Number 1, who is going to be taking over these loans? OK, now the name of the company is called Aidvantage. I know, sounds like a scam already, right? But Aidvantage, that's Aidvantage, Vantage. All right. And so essentially, they're known initially from Maximus Education LLC. They changed their name to Aidvantage. Either way, they're going to be servicing your loans. So they're going to be the ones who's going to be collecting the money, collecting your payments, going over with you your payment options, answering any questions. The exact same thing that Navient used to do. OK, but either way, they have one mission, so they say, and that's to help you manage the repayment of your student loans and support, your financial success. All right. Now, when is the change taking place? OK, so number 1, you know who they are now. Number 2, when is the change taking place? It's supposed to be December in general. However, a lot of people haven't gotten letters yet. They haven't gotten letters, emails, or anything like that. It's going to be happening within the next week or two. The mailing system, as we know, is the holiday. So if you haven't got it yet, do not worry. But if you are with Navient and you haven't gotten anything yet, you will. OK, you just haven't gotten it yet. All right. So now, but it's really nothing to too much worry about anyway, and which I'll kind of get to, in a matter of fact, I'll just go into it right now. So that will be number 3. The reason why you shouldn't be too much worried about it is because of course, the coronavirus and such, all of the student loans are already deferred anyway, with payment suspension at a 0% interest rate. But that's going to stop on May 1st, 2022. That's why you don't necessarily have to worry about getting the paperwork from them and all the rest of that stuff, but you will get it. OK, they announced this earlier in December and it just got finalized recently. And of course, now everything's going to be there. Now, this is completely normal. So essentially what ends up happening is that, every now and then when the contract ends, they essentially let someone else collect on these student loans. To me, it's kind of fishy, to be totally honest. In the mortgage industry, we saw what happened in '08, right? But in this type of industry, it's kind of like Congress is kind of letting them do whatever they want to do. They say, oh, well, this contract just ended with this company, so we're going to let this new company collect on it. But why do that? I mean, like, why are they constantly changing companies to just simply collect payments? It's just mind-boggling to me. I don't know. It could be some stuff going on behind the scenes. All right. So number 1, you know who they are. Number 2, of course, you know about the COVID relief as well too. And then of course, when it's going to be assigned. That's going to be it started in December, but you're going to be getting a letter or an email very soon. OK, if you haven't already, but expect at minimum a letter. All right. Now, what's going to change when you guys get this? OK, number 1, most of the things are going to stay the same. So like your loan term, your interest rate, your payment terms, things of that sort, your account number, the number that you call to ask questions, addresses to mail payments, and your user ID and password if you have one to log in to see, everything, from Navient. All that's going to all that's going to stay the same. So you don't have to change anything with that. Now, what will change is the website that you're going to log into. OK, and that information is going to be provided in the letter that they send you, and then who you will work with directly to manage your account and make payments. So your account representative, okay? So you'll have that same person as well too. All right. And then, of course, like we kind of talked about before, why are they, being reassigned? Is that 5? I think that's 5. If it's not, just recount. No, I'm kidding. But that is 5, and I'll go over it again. So, but why your loans are being reassigned? Well, again, this happens every now and then when the contract is over. I think it's kind of fishy in general, but unfortunately, this is also going to affect your credit score as well too. That's what number 5 is. So, how will this impact your credit score? Well, for one, anytime that a loan is paid off, that's personal loan, auto loan, mortgage loan, and in this case, a student loan. Anytime something has a zero balance, you're going to see a shift in your credit score. It won't be going up. If anything, it may stay the same, but there's about a 50% chance it may drop. However, once the new student loan pops up, it should go back up. Okay, so if your score didn't change, you'll be fine. When the new loan pops up, you're still going to be fine. But expect a dip, and if there is a dip, then it should go back up. Okay, the first dip should come when the original Navient student loans are paid off. You're going to see that on your credit report, okay? That doesn't mean that you don't have any more student loans. That just means that they are now being serviced by someone else. You may even see a name change, but usually when there's a different servicer, the account number is not necessarily changing, just the name of the company. But since it's a completely different company that's not bought out by another company, then that would be a little bit different. So sometimes we see just a name change and nothing changes on the credit report. But in most cases, since it's a company name change, and they're not like, it's not like Navient changed their name to something else, right? This is a completely new company that's going to be doing this. And so because of that reason, they have to pay off the old loans, and you'll see a zero balance on the old loans, and you'll see you'll see that they're closed as well too. And then of course, you'll be able to see that the new loan has now shown up as well too. All right. So those are the 5 things you need to know. Number 1, we went over who Aidvantage is. That's Aidvantage. When will your loans be reassigned? We talked about that. It's already kind of started happening behind the scenes. That's nothing you need to do. It's already been taking place in December. If you haven't gotten a letter yet, you should. What will change with that change? We talked about that. And then, of course, why you shouldn't worry too much about if you haven't gotten a letter as well, just because of COVID. So that was number 4, what we talked about. And then, of course, we talked about why they are being reassigned in general and how that will affect your credit score. Okay, so hopefully this video was helpful, just so you guys know, like, what is going on. It's always some drama and some fishiness going on, and some things they won't. I'm gonna be honest, they don't always tell us everything. We don't find out the truth until way later down the line. But in my personal opinion, student loans are going to be worse than what happened in 2008. In 2008, the only people that were affected were people that owned homes. Everybody doesn't own a home. Versus in student loans, damn near everybody got student loans, okay? So again, that's going to affect people tremendously. So we'll keep an eye on it, as we always do. If you like this video, like it. You want to share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe, as we have nothing but great content on the way. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.